We got week 17. We got more games to go. We got more money to make. It's a money pot thing. I want to welcome everybody who's new to the show. Let's effing go. We don't want to welcome everybody back to another episode of MoneyPot Podcast. I am your host, Moss Money, and that's my guy over there. They call him Diddy.
Mic check. Mic check.
Mike, check.
We here. We in the
we
building.
here. We here. Yes, sir. Week 17. We are finally here. Been running through this year of NFL slate. And God, man, there's so many more games. There's so many games on the docket that still got a lot of stories to be told. And guess what? We got a lot of money still to be made for week 17. So we're not going to waste no time. We're going to get right into the games, giving you our best bets and our best picks and previews for all the games going on. So our go-to sports book is FanDuel right now, but I do implore you, shop around, get the best number for you. But we just deal with FanDuel right now, just to use the lines that they have up right now. Yo, bro, did you see that shit about Jalen Hurts?
I just popped up on my screen, but I didn't take a look at it.
Man, I knew that shit was something weird about that shit. That line was way too low, and that man is not going to play. I am worrisome about my Philadelphia Eagles, man. I am not. I was kind of believer in Minshew, but I don't know, man. It's not a good spot for him coming
Are
with
we
the
are we
Saints.
starting with the Eagles? That we're gonna start with?
No, we're not going. We're gonna get there.
You
We're
just
gonna
wanted
get to the birds.
to mention it.
Yeah, I just wanted to mention it. It was hot
Okay, I
topic.
got you.
But we're gonna start off with this game, though. I'll tell you that it's the Carolina Panthers traveling Tampa Bay. Tampa's favorite -3.5 totals 40.5. Man, what a big game this is. Carolina's still on the hills. They can still mathematically win the division. And Tampa's still trying to fight everybody off right here. -3.5. I looked at the injury report. Nothing crazy about injuries so far. I think JC. Well, actually, no. Norman's actually going to be active for this game. Josh Norman. I don't know what came off the street. They picked him up. He's going to be
Mm-hmm.
active. They say he's going to get 25 to 30 plays in this game. So I don't know what that even means for Carolina. I know JC Horn is out for this game as well. I think he's got a fractured wrist. So those are a little kind of preview, kind of snippet about the injury report. Tampa, don't know. I still don't trust this offense, even though it's Tom Brady. I know Julio's, I believe, questionable, but he's always questionable. I don't really have a play on this. I would lean Carolina, but like I said, I've said this many times on the show, bro. I just don't bet against Tom. I just don't. You know what I mean? I don't. I don't care how bad it looks, how down and out it looks. I can't bet against Tom, but I'll tell you what, Carolina is very live in this game. They got a pretty stout defense.
Yeah. This is a funky one. Last week I needed Tampa Bay to kind of hold strong. They did.
Yeah.
But this Carolina team has been running and playing some good football over the past few weeks,
Hmm.
and put themselves in contention for the playoffs. Um, this is a huge game. The Panthers are 4-2 straight up, and they're 5-1 against the spread since week 10. That's
Yeah.
telltale for me. I would have to. I love the hook there. I love the 3.5.
Yep.
This will be in a phone. What they call it, a phone booth game.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
two solid defenses. I'm
I'm
questioning
just agreeing with you. I don't
Tampa
know
a
what the
little
fuck you
bit.
call it.
Just
Go
in a
ahead, my
box
bad.
game. Like it's gonna be a lot of. I think Carolina's going to try abuse and belligerent the Tampa Bay D line with the run game. I think it'll be low scoring, but I like the +3.5. You get 3.5 there. I like Carolina. I'm just gonna go with the hot team. Tampa Bay. They just haven't done it for me. Every week is just not enough, and my confidence now in Carolina. I like what they're doing.
Oh, so you actually gonna take Carolina?
Yeah, I'm gonna take them plus the 3.5. I may even tease up, put
Ooh.
them in a teaser, get them over at 10.5. I like Carolina here. I mean, we got to give credit to what Wilkes has done, Coach Wilkes, since he's
Yeah.
taken over for Carolina. He did the same thing when he was in Arizona and got fired. What, the first year? Was that Arizona?
Hmm.
Right, he was doing well in
Yeah, yeah,
Arizona, got
yeah.
fired.
He's been a D coordinator for a while.
Yeah, so I think
Yeah,
what he's done, he's got his team. Remember, this Carolina team was supposed to be nothing after they pretty much gave
this
up
is
the farm.
facts.
Yeah, they gave up the farm. The coach got fired. It was
This
supposed to
is
be
facts.
you know, so for him to have this team running around and be in playoff contention, give me the hot
Hmm.
team. I get Carolina on the plus side. Give it to me. Tampa Bay hasn't shown me enough.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with them, man.
They
But
can't
I
run the
can't bet
football.
against them. That's like I just can't bet against them. I'm just
I
not.
get you. I feel you. But I'll take the plus side. I'm not saying Tampa Bay gonna lose, but I like the hook the 3.5 here.
So are you betting it straight up or are you putting them in a teaser?
I'm I might do both.
Okay,
This game is gonna be
cool.
close.
Okay. Yeah, it is. It is. I would
So
bet up the total. I don't see a lot of scoring in this game. Tampa
mhm,
hasn't done a job in Tampa. I'm sorry. Tampa hasn't done a good job of scoring. I
mhm.
got to check what their home splits are, but I would be looking at the total here in the 10-point teaser. I know we like to do our sides and our totals 10-point teasers, so I would be looking at this to tease this up to 50 and a half. I don't see that much scoring going on in this game. Just a weird explosion of scoring from either two teams. Donald's capable, so we'll see how this game goes out, plays out. Next game, we got Cleveland and Washington. Washington's favorite -1.5. The homie Wentz is getting the start. You're putting the ball in his hand and say, "Hey, go take us to the promised land. We traded for you. This is what we brought you here to do. Can you get us to the playoffs?" Because that's what this game is talking to me about. I believe Cleveland is mathematically out, so it's Washington really is a must-win game for Washington. Very telling how the line is short though. Very telling how the line is a little bit short. Washington being the home favorite here. I got no play on this side either. It's another game could be looking to tease up the total. Wentz came in last week, had a somewhat efficient, decent game. I know Gibson is out, so that takes away some of that check down passing that he typically does. But I got no play here either, man. This is just a watch game for me.
Yeah, this is tricky. It's a 1.5, 1 point spread. That's surprisingly that Washington has everything to play for here, and the Browns were eliminated last Saturday. So the question mark is who's going to show up for Cleveland. Are they going to try to run out this rest of the season without nobody trying to get hurt? Obviously, nobody wants to get hurt when there's nothing to play for, and they have to go into their off season with an injury. So that's something to be thinking about. These next few weeks, that's actually in NFL. You got to worry about what games really matter and what games don't. So, but like you said, that line being so short with Washington having everything to play is telling me something. But I can't make no play on this game. I like your
Facts.
play when you say you're going to tease up the points
Decide
for the
the total.
total and go under. I do think
Yes,
it's
sir.
going to be a close game, low scoring. I don't see Carson Wentz being much of a spark for Washington. He's going to always do what he's going to do, and that's probably make a turnover in the wrong place. Maybe that's why the line is short because they don't believe in Carson Wentz. So the line went from 2.5 to now 1.5.
Yeah, I agree. Stay away game for me. I do like the total to be teased up. I'll probably even look at team total Washington. What's it got to be? If it's 20, was it? They both got to be 19 and a half,
Yeah, probably
right?
19, 17 and a half, maybe 17 and a half.
Maybe a team total under there might make sense on Washington because the line's short there.
Let me see.
Maybe they get to 17, maybe they get 20. But I don't know. You never know. Once might surprise you. He might show up for this. He didn't got them Air Force Ones with his family on the tongue. So you never know. They've been praying a lot.
I guess so.
All right, so here we go with our Philadelphia Eagles. I'm sorry, your Philadelphia Eagles. The Saints trap coming to the Philadelphia to the link. The line is now -5.5. Breaking news. It's looking like Jalen Hurts is doubtful for this game. Total is 41.5. I'm teasing up the Saints, bro. I'm gonna keep it a bean.
All
I will add this to my 10-point teaser and tease up the Saints. I think the Saints might even win this game. I've personally felt Jalen needed to play this game for us to not have that much pressure coming in to the last game against, I think, believe the Giants. That is like with Jalen being out this game, like it tells me where he is. One, I think from an injury standpoint, Lane is out. You do you want to put Jalen in a situation where he's got to play hurt and your right tackle being the best tackle in the league. You know, having him the being exposed to being hurt. I don't know if that's a good recipe, and I get why they're going to maybe they like what they saw. Maybe another week might give him more zip on the ball. I think it's all really kind of smoke screens, all the stuff that Sirianni said about Jalen can do this, do that versus you. He's different. Well, it looked like he ain't that much different because that man's sitting
Mhm.
right now. So, and New Orleans is still in it.
Yeah.
They're still in it. I think Chris Overlay got some practice in. Kamara got some practice in. So all that talk about some of their key players being out, I think they're going to play. New Orleans has been here before. New Orleans don't like us. We don't like them. There's some guys still on that team from when New Orleans came in here and got a win in the playoffs. So they know what to expect when they come to Philadelphia. A lot of that coaching staff is still intact as well that knows what it's like to get here. I think it's too many points. Garner's going to have a lot of pressure on here. Yeah, I believe Garner's going to throw another pick or two. And yeah, man, I'm teasing up New Orleans and get them over. I don't think a Gardner Minshew Philadelphia Eagles team could beat the New Orleans Saints by more than 10 points.
Man, your faith has really fell, huh? I think Gardner Minshew
Yeah, bro.
had a solid game last week. I know there's a few turnovers, but two of those turnovers were because Watkins just has weak hands and can't pull in the football. It just was just bad play. I think for the most part we were able to move the ball at will against the Dallas Cowboys. We were in good scoring position a lot of those times. I think that's going to kind of carry over into the Saints game. Now, the funny part about this game is obviously you don't want to put Jalen Hurts, who did practice, I think, yesterday. He was throwing the ball around. So that was a good
Hmm.
sign. Obviously, he's not ready. And I don't think you want to kind of put him out here if you don't have to, as we are locked for a playoff. I know we would love the number one seed. We still have another game to play to make sure we can lock that up. And I think we have enough trust, or I think they have enough trust in Gardner Minshew to be able to pull that off against the Saints. Now, I believe there's a little something tricky about this game. Like if we lose this game and the Saints win, we even get a higher draft pick next year. It's something with the draft pick that's real
Yeah, no,
funky.
we do.
So
Yeah.
it's like I know we want to lock up the one seed, but at the same time, we don't win this game. It's not too bad because then we get a higher draft pick for
No, it's
next year. I
bad,
think
bro.
we
If
have
we lose this game, this
well,
is a must-win game. Like I said,
no,
you
it's
don't
not a
want to go
definitely not
against.
a must. It's not a must win.
How is it not a must-win game?
It's
We
not a
need to
must.
lock this shit
Not a
up.
must.
We
It's
don't
not a
need to
must
go
win.
into week 18 needing to win.
I I hear you. I hear what you're saying, but it's
Because I
not
see the
necessarily a must.
scenario. Could you imagine if we lose the number one seed, bro? Could you imagine? We've
It is
had
what
this
it
shit
is.
locked up since like week 14, and
We
we
didn't have it locked up.
faltered this bad.
We didn't, bro. We lost the MVP, and then
I know.
last week we just lost the number one offensive lineman in the NFL. So
I
we
I
lost the MVP and we lost the number one
complete.
lineman. Like
Yeah.
what? Why is that? Why if we lose these two games such a crazy scenario?
You don't want to go on the road.
I
We
don't
don't want to
want
lose
to. What I'm
division.
saying is we're not. It's not a surprise if we do. But once we get healthy, and we will hopefully by
Shit.
playoff, that we'll be ready to go. That's all I'm
Okay.
saying. But I think we
Okay.
do still have enough to win. And the line is showing us that it was a 6.5. It dropped to 5.5.
Yeah, drop the
Uh,
point.
but I'm still okay with that. They're saying that we are we're more than a 3-point home favorite.
Yeah.
Short as we are against a
Hmm.
team that needs to win for them chances to make the playoffs.
So
Give me
you,
give me the
I'm
Eagles.
about to say, so you betting the birds?
Eagles aren't losing the
Let's
game.
go. Betting the birds?
I'm
I
betting
know.
the
I'm
birds.
not saying. I don't think they're losing. I agree. I don't think they're losing the game. That's
Correct.
not what I said. I don't think they're going to lose the game, but I think this game is going to be tight, and I don't think they're going to beat the Saints by more than 2 touchdowns.
Okay.
That's just my
I'll be
opinion.
surprised. I mean, I'll be
Yeah.
surprised if they did. I think New
Yeah.
Orleans fight. I just think we're just a better team. Even without the MVP, even without the best tackle in the game. Um,
Yeah.
I think we'll still be able to get it done. I think our depth is strong, and we'll be able to control. I think we'll be able to run the ball a little bit here too. So hopefully, Sirianni will commit to the run, and we'll be able to kind of.
Shout out to Jim Marcus. New Orleans is done. We should have beat Dallas in Dallas. Easy win. Tease
Yeah.
it to 20, and you might win.
They got a lot to play for though.
They got a lot to play for. I don't think they're done. I don't think they're going to roll over. We should have beat Dallas in Dallas, obviously. I don't think the win is going to be as easy as you want because we're really banged up. I mean, a I just saw a report that Sanders he had a knee brace. He was running around in practice with a knee brace, and he doesn't know if he's going to wear a brace or not.
Okay.
We are hurt.
I
We
mean,
are banged up to some key players.
Kamara didn't play this week in practice Wednesday either. So I mean,
he no he was out on personal, and then he came back, and then there was a injury tag on like a thigh injury, but he still practiced.
oh, okay.
Kamara's going to play. Kamara's going to play. Don't make no mistake about it. But
I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit.
I like
don't care
it.
who the New Orleans Saints is bringing up here. They're not going to beat the
Right,
Eagles
right.
this week. Although, for me,
get
I
my
think
teaser
we're going to
set up.
win against the Giants anyway last week of the season.
Yeah, because Hurts is going to play.
And that's when I would want Hurts to play. I didn't want Hurts to stay out till playoffs. I don't want him to be out that long. I want him to kind of get this last game in and be ready to go.
Yeah, yeah. You already told you, and you the one who told me, Nate. What I tell you about these big ass spreads, I'm taking the 15.5, New Orleans.
What big ass spread?
No, remember when we see these big ass spreads, 14.5, 13.5, and they just never cover.
Yeah,
never cover.
Yeah, that's not this game though.
Oh no, I'm teasing it up to
okay.
that.
You're
To that part is
to
what
it.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
So Arizona Cardinals, Falcons, that's a pass. Jacksonville, Houston, I feel like it's a pass. I don't got nothing on this game. I know Jacksonville still got something to play for. Supposedly this game doesn't mean anything. It's really their last game is what means anything. But I think Doug Peterson came out that if they'll play, everybody's going to play who can play if you're not injured. So I would watch the injury. I know Walker is somewhat hobbled, and so is Trevor Lawrence. So just keep an eye on the injury report in this game. But I got no bet on this game.
For sure. No bet here.
All right, let's go to your game, man. Chicago at Detroit. Your Detroit Lions. Oh man, did they show up last week in a trap game? -6. Total is 52. That is a big spread. For a Chicago team that plays too. Chicago plays. They not, you know what I mean? I know they're done, but he got them boys still somewhat competing.
Man, they burnt toast. Chicago Bears are burnt toast.
Are you giving Detroit? Are you taking Detroit? This is an NFC
North. No.
Oh, okay.
Detroit cost me money, man. I believed in y'all last week. Y'all cost me on all my damn teasers and parlays. Y'all came out like cats and not lions. Y'all, I ain't betting on y'all. I'm done with the Lions. But salute to what he got going on in that team, man. I just ain't put my money on it behind it no more.
Okay. Understood. We need to get that better draft pick. Nick is going for it. That's funny. So Jim, do you think they're going to lose then? Well, no. We would need to win. We would need to win.
We lose.
Nah, we would need to win because they would drop down in the seeding.
If we lose to the New Orleans Saints, that's why it's like a funky game. Because if we lose,
because if we lose, they could win the division and still get in the playoffs.
Correct, and then we get the bigger, higher pick. It's some tricky thing, and Sirianni actually spoke about it earlier this week.
Yeah, I think I heard
like it was like something that was happening, like they were been talking about it. But
yeah, why would you even say that to the press? Fucking.
I know, but you know how he is. You know.
Yeah, I do.
Put the dirt in the plant and the water to.
Yeah, we clowned him, but his ass seems like a genius right now. So, I mean, I'm watering my plants too, right?
And the dirt, and the fertilizer, and the pebbles will make great men. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Nick. 13-1 at one point. Now we 13-2. But
we need to beat New Orleans for them to get the better pick. Okay, there it is. That's funny. All right. So, you got anything on this game? Are you leaning Detroit, leaning Chicago?
I would probably look at Justin Fields props. Probably just start looking at his
for sure.
rushing props. I think he'll be able to move around here. It's going to be on turf. It's going to be pretty fast.
Yeah.
So I would more look at him. Detroit's defense has been really terrible. So it'll be more of a prop play for me. I'll start looking at some of these props when I get closer to the date.
Yeah, agreed. And I think this is the biggest total of the week with the 52.5.
Mm,
So, you know, maybe even teasing this down is
going
going to
over.
put
It's
some
a good
points
idea.
score. Yeah. So, yeah, I got to stay away. Detroit cost me a lot of money. They lost on every leg. Like that, all I had was them. I just needed them to win. And well, actually, no, I had them plus points, and they still didn't cover. So,
Yeah,
um, it was a
I
tough.
had them every single way he could have, and they lost on all
Yeah, and they
sides.
lost. Yeah,
Yep.
facts, facts. All right, so this is an interesting game. We got the Miami Dolphins going to New England Patriots. New England's favorite minus 2.5, totals 40, 41.5. Two glove Teddy getting the start over Tua, who might even call it a career with the injuries that he's had from the concussions. Um, in New England too. I don't know what the weather's going to be like. I don't know if it's going to be cold, snow, or whatever it's going to be up in New England. I think I got to take New England here, man. I think I got to take New England here. Um, Belichick finds a way here. I trust in Belichick in that defense. Um, Teddy, he does some things well. I don't know what this game plan is going to be. I think Armstead might be out as well. They're starting left tackle, and even Chubb as well. I know they're both fighting injuries. Um, you can never count out Miami with just how dynamic that offense is. But I thought Teddy and Tua were kind of same, like 1A, 1B. But I think Tua has shown that he's obviously the better quarterback. So give me New England. I like New England here at home, minus 2.5.
Yeah, I think I'm with you. The line is have flipped from plus to the minus side. I think a lot of it has to do with Tua being unavailable. And I just don't believe that Teddy can push the ball against one of the toughest defenses in NFL. I think New England was really number one for a while. And I think they'll be able to kind of limit Teddy to stretch the field. Now you got Waddle, you got Hill on the outside. It's tough to keep up with, but I just don't feel like Teddy can get that ball um, down the field like that. So I do like your play here. I'm not on the play at all. Um, Probably look at the first half under.
Yeah, let's
I
check
think
it
it'll
out.
be probably slow start for Miami. Yeah, it should be about
It's
what
not a bad,
20, 21 and a half, maybe 20 and
maybe
a half, 21. Yeah.
if it come up. Come on now, don't do that to me. Don't do that to me live. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, I'm saying 20, 20, 20 and a half.
20,
So I like the
20 and a half.
20 and 20 and a half. I'm seeing two lines here.
Hmm, that's tough. What's the weather like going to be like in New England? I'm assuming just cold.
Probably chilly. I think we got a little warm up here since the freeze last week. So I
Yeah,
don't think
yeah,
it's gonna
yeah,
be
yeah.
too crazy. I think we should be all right. I just think that it's gonna be a little adjustment again when Teddy gets in the game. And for them to have to stretch the field, mind you, they stretch the field on big plays, explosive plays. I think that's now limited with Teddy Bridgewater. He's more of a possessional, methodical quarterback. Takes the check down, the easier slants, and move the
It's
ball
gonna be a
that way.
nice
So
day
in New England, yeah,
up in Gillette Stadium. 50.
yep.
It's gonna be 50. Nothing, no rain in sight. I don't see cloudy in that Tampa game, but it's gonna be 70. It's gonna be 70 degrees in Tampa. So yeah, no weather issue so far this week. But yeah, like you said, it was I think it came up, but it was 20. So I'll stay with New England. I think New England gets it done here. Probably a low scoring game. It looks like, and I think yeah, I think it's going to be tough. Even though Bridgewater's been in the spot many a times before, I think sooner or later he'll make a mistake, and New
Mhm.
England will capitalize on it. KC and Denver. I don't have much on this. Um, I know KC's still fighting,
For sure.
right? Still fighting to get a win. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna have them round out my three-team teaser. Now that I think
Perfect.
about it.
Yeah, they'll be in my teaser also. So they'll be in
Yeah.
all my teasers for this week. I'll bring them down to 2.5.
Yep.
Um, I think they'll be able to cover comfortably at home. I think that line's a little large, but Denver just fired their coach. That's the tricky part. 'Cause I think he was so trash. I don't know if they're going to rally, but they still have Russell Wilson as a starting quarterback, and they're committed to him for the rest of the season. So it's kind of like one of them things. Like, damn, it wasn't really the coach because I've seen them get pissed off at Russell Hopefully,
Yeah.
over off season, he has a
Well,
reset button.
I heard some people came out and kind of defended Russ, believe it or not.
Okay. Well,
Some
I
people
didn't.
came.
I have not seen that on the sideline. So you can come out and say what you want to say to the media.
Yeah.
But what I've
Yeah.
seen on multiple occasions on the
Yeah.
field and off
Uh-huh.
the field, the anger wasn't toward any of the coaches. It
It was
was
yeah, it was
hands
towards
up in the
Russ.
air, like, bro, what's going on? I'm wide open. It's on the
Yeah, what you
sideline. You
doing?
got old lineman going on. That, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So for me, it's a Russell Wilson issue. And I like Russ. I think he's a
I like
great
Russ
person.
too.
I think he does a lot for the community. I think he does a lot for his fans. But I just hope that he can reset this off season and
And come
um
back.
and come back. Because I don't want to see him go out like this.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
back to this game, I don't see them winning. So I'm gonna tease him with Kansas City at home.
Okay.
This should be an easy cover. I just know that Kansas City kind of puts the foot off the pedal, and that's how these backdoor covers happen, just like it did last time they played Denver.
Yeah. So far, right now, for those who just jumped on, I got a 3-team 10-point teaser. I'm teasing Tampa Bay and Carolina. I'm teasing that total up to 50.5, taking the under. I'm teasing New Orleans plus 15.5 with the the Jalen Hurts news just dropping, and then I'm taking KC up to down. I'm sorry, to -2.5. And that's definitely going to be a play for me. So let me just bring that up for y'all so y'all can see what that looks like on the book real quick. And then teasing this under up. And we're going to do a teaser here. And then we're going to tease this all the way up. Ooh, a little too much. Wow, they're making me pay for it. They are making me pay for it. All right, let me see if I go 9. See, that 3.5, I don't like that. But I trust KC to win by almost a touchdown here at home. Um, and I don't think New Orleans is going to win. So you got a choice here, y'all. You can do a 9-point teaser and pay the -115, or do the traditional 10-point teaser and you're going to pay some juice at -143. It's a lot of juice there. But they're not stupid. These games matched up. This should hit, and that's why you're paying that tax. So just a FYI. All right. So that's one play. And then I do like um, New England straight as well.
Mhm.
So you can put them all in the teaser. Let's see what that looks like real quick. You can only do so many legs in FanDuel. I think it might be 4. So we'll put this all in the teaser. And then you can do that, right? Get your plus 100. If you want to drop it down to 9, get some plus money, plus 130. Still pretty good. Not over, under. There we go. And that's still pretty good. You get New England by a touchdown, just in case, like if you want to protect yourself just a little bit. That would be my play if I was doing this for a 4-team teaser. -3 on the 7, on 15, and at 50. And you get plus 110. Not a bad play. All right, let's keep this thing moving, baby.
Yep. So that'll be the first leg of my teaser. Will be that KC.
That KC, okay.
Mhm.
Did you have any other games that we were looking at before? Throw that
Not
up too.
not not for the teaser. No.
Okay, all right. All right, next game we got the Colts and the Giants. The Giants are favorite -5.5. Total is 38.5. Who's starting for the Colts? Is it are
Nick
they
Foles.
sticking with Foles?
Yeah. I
I
mean, I
know he
guess
had a
we have to.
shitty ass game
Look like a statue. But it looked
last
like
week.
that statue that's in Philadelphia. That's what he looked like.
Yeah, right.
Like standing up and down. That.
Um, I think the Giants have made the playoffs, right? They're in. They don't have to win out to get
Um.
in, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see if I can
Well, no,
find
the
the
Giants can lock up the first playoff berth um,
with a win.
with the win versus the Colts.
Right.
So
Okay.
this is a big game for them.
Okay. Must win game, obviously, for the
Now there's
G-men.
multiple scenarios I believe that they can get in regardless, but I think this is if they win, they lock it. They lock it up.
Okay. Are you on the Giants? I don't have a play on this game.
I am on the Giants. I
Okay.
think it'll be tough, but I do like the total here. I like to tease that and go under. I believe, but it won't be part of that. It'll be a separate, like one of your teas that you had earlier with the earlier totals. I like to go under. I think this
So
will be a tight game. I think Colts defense played pretty tight football games. Um, but I do lean the Giants here. I just think that 5.5 is a little too much um, for this game. So it'll be the total. I'll get up to 48.5, and
okay,
I'll tease
I
that
see
along with
the Chiefs,
no, not the Chiefs. It was the what was the first one?
the Tampa game.
The Tampa game, yes, and go
Okay,
under. Yep,
I go under. Okay.
yep. So that'll be the that'll be 2 legs of that.
Hey, I like that play. Yeah, I don't have a take on this game. More player props, if anything, for me. But
Hmm.
I need to know who's playing quarterback. I'm not sure. And it is crazy how what's his name? Jim Israel, whatever the Colts thing, talking
Hmm.
about how great Jeff Saturday is and stuff like that. I'm like, bro, like he's losing like bad and he's switching quarterbacks. He didn't been through 3 quarterbacks in 4 games. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like he's just it's just bad.
Well,
Like he's really
it's when
he's
somebody's that's not
bad.
experienced at all, have no experience, and they're I'm listen. I think Jeff can possibly be a good coach. I just think he just needs to. You threw him into an NFL head coaching position off ESPN. He is,
Motherfucker needs to be an offensive lineman coach. That's what he was good at.
but
What
yeah,
did
you got to
Peyton Manning
start.
say? What did Peyton Manning tell his ass? Don't worry about running the ball. Just go be an offensive lineman.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
You know what I mean?
I agree.
No,
I
we do
think
the plays.
he
You
has.
let the smart people do the smart shit.
Yeah.
Go
Well, I'm
block
just
and
saying. I
hike me
think
the ball.
he's a center. He's pretty smart. That's a pretty tough position to play as center. So, granted, he just
I,
has no coaching experience, and I think they
yeah,
wanted motivation. They wanted the motivational factor to be the part that's going to move that Indianapolis team. But you know, so I'll
yeah,
give him another. I'll give him a shot. I just think that it's just tough to put him in that position at that time. I wouldn't write him off though.
yeah. All right, next game we got the Jets in Seattle. The Jets are favored -1.5 in Seattle. Total is 42.5. Already then gave my was my Geno slander already. I won't try to break him down again, but this is very telling that the Jets are favored here. I think Mike White is going to get the start here. I think he's going to be back for this game. I think this total was too low. I feel like this is going to be a little bit more high scoring game. I know how good the Jets secondary is. We all know about Sauce. But in the playing in the 12 is a little bit different. I think Seattle can score a little bit of points here. I want to see what their team total is. If their team total is like 17 and a half or something like that, I don't know about that. I mean, Geno has faltered here at the end, and his team has been on a skid. And this Jets defense is very good, but I feel like they can score at least 20 in this game. If it's
Yes.
if it's under 20, if it's like 20 and a half, then you're getting a little tight there. But if it's like 19 or 17 and a half, so they're at 21 and a half. Yeah, they're at 20 and a half. Yeah. See, I knew they would be right there at 20 and a half. Ugh. Because Sauce can only cover one person. You know what I mean? Like he's either going to cover obviously Metcalf or I forget the other bull's name, Lockett or Tyler Lockett.
Hmm.
So somebody's going to have a better matchup. Now the other kid over there for the Jets has actually been playing pretty well to himself. So it's not like he's a slouch either. Um, I don't know, man. That's pretty, and they both need this game, both of them.
Yeah.
Like this is a big game for both teams. I don't know, man. I kind of like the home dog here. I really do. Not going to bet it, but I do like the home dog here.
Yeah, this is an interesting game. Like you said, I think it's going to be tough to play in Seattle here, especially in this type of environment.
Yeah.
Um, with I think even if they win, both teams still need other things to happen for them to make the field in
Hmm.
the playoffs. But that line is a little telling. It went from -1.5, now is flipped almost upside down to +1.5 for Seattle. I'm not sure what's happening here. But East Coast team traveling all the way west on a holiday.
Yeah, like you got to add that factor in too.
Yeah,
It's just
I will lean Seattle to home dog here. You can give me Seattle at home. What
maybe
East
first
Coast
half
team?
Seattle.
I'm just gonna go full game. I
You
think
gonna
their
go full
Carolina, the
game?
defense is tougher, and then with Mike White being the quarterback, they'll be able to move the ball against Seattle's defense. I think that's what they're
Hmm.
looking at. But Pete Carroll always finds some way to play well. I think they'll lean on Kenneth Walker to try to continue to move those chains. So I like the home dog here. I would lean Seattle. It's not a official play, but I would lean that since I got them on the plus side. I'll take the money line here.
Yeah, first half total. That under might be good here. A 20 and a half. I could see a 10-7 game, 10-7 half. Maybe in a 10-10 half, right? I like that first half total under at 20 and a half. Because if it hits the over, then to me that means the game's going to go over. So this is what 13-10, maybe even what, not yeah, 14-10 or even 17-7. You know what I mean? Like this is this could be so many ways, but the under to me is more what the story is telling me. The game's going to be tight. It's almost a pick. And the line is what 40 was it 41 and a half or 42 and a half on the total.
Uh,
42 and a half.
42 and a half.
42 and a half on the total. Yeah. So I'm leaning towards that first half total, but this is a 4 o'clock game, so we'll see what the 1 o'clock slate games look like in terms of the bets. If we're up, then we'll come back and circle around these 4 o'clock games. All
Yeah,
right.
the under sounds good. And I think what I'll do, I'm going to add that third leg of that 10-point teaser, and we're going to go under 52 and a half for this game. And that'll
Okay,
be the
so
third leg of the total teaser.
the total two. So let me bring that up so we can see that. So we got the under in this game, and then the under in this game too, right?
It was under in Tampa Bay and Carolina, under in Seattle and the Jets, and then it
Yep.
was the under in um,
I thought it was this Colts Giants game. I thought that's what
Colts
you
and
were
Giants.
leaning.
Yes, correct. Colts and
Yeah.
Giants.
All right. So for those still with us, this is Big Diddy's play teaser play of the day. Man, they didn't add a little bit of juice on these teasers, man. I don't like that. Before they used to be plus 100. I guess they've been getting smoked on these teasers.
Are they
I've been
6 points?
watching.
Or are they 10 point?
They're 10 point, 3 team 10
Yeah, 10
point
points.
teasers.
10 points always 130.
Yeah, it's typically 130, but it was a while where I was getting them for a plus 100. Like I don't
Wow,
know
that's
what.
crazy.
Yeah, I don't know why.
He
Uh,
was making out.
yeah, I was making out well. I ain't had to pay no tax. Let me write this John down. Get you in there. And we got the Colts, the G-men plus 48. This is under. Oh, all unders. All right, I like it. I like it. All right, let's keep this thing moving. I'll take this off. All right, next game. We have the San Francisco 49ers versus the Las Vegas Raiders. Derek Carr, not Derek Carr, David Carr. No, it was Derek Carr. His brother's David. Derek Carr is take his bag and laugh. He said, I need to go home and get away.
It's crazy.
The San Francisco 49ers are favorite minus 9.5. Total is 42.5. San Fran can somehow still some way maybe even catch the number one seed. So I think they play. This line is reflecting of that. I don't even know who the guy is. The kid who's starting has just came out and said this has been a dream come true. So he's going to have googly eyes against this type of defense. Another teaser brewing here. Give me the 49ers, obviously, tease them down. I'll put them in a two-team teaser. I'll tease them down to minus 2.5. They probably win by 3 scores in this game, though. I wouldn't be mad if you did an alternate spread here and went minus 13.5.
Hmm.
I really wouldn't. I mean, you get not against this team. I didn't think this defense was that good, but now that I see that this defense is this good, I'm not sure how the Raiders are going to score.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough hill for the Raiders. I do like the 49ers there at the 9.5. That
Yeah,
line
I like them
shot up
straight.
too, especially with the news of Derek Carr. I like them to win by at least 2 scores. I will add them
Yep.
into my teaser leg with the Chiefs. So it'll be the Chiefs and the
Hmm.
49ers for me. Um, it's an amazing story with Derek Carr and and him leaving the team. Um, but that's a tough year for them. How many games they've gone into the fourth quarter up 2 scores and losing those games. It's been a mess. I can understand the stress that he's had. Probably put a lot into it, obviously. But the San
Yeah.
Francisco 49er team is solid, especially defensively. They don't have to do too much on offense to be
Yes,
able to win
sir.
this game. So give me the 49ers here. I actually lean them with the 2 scores.
Yeah, I would. Like I said, I know it says teaser right here. Let me see back the big slip. See if that helps. There we go. Yeah, I would actually. I don't have a problem betting this. If you have any type of parlay, you need something in plus money to get you over, a hump in terms of getting some decent value. I would be looking at alternate spreads for the 49ers. It is really hard for me to see how Las Vegas can keep this game close with a new quarterback coming in, who I don't know if he's a rookie. Actually, no, actually, I think he's a. Is he a rookie? Or was
Who
that the
for?
other? No, that was the other
No.
guy from the Cardinals. I think is their guy is a he's played a couple games. He was terrible. But I mean, even in the preseason game, it looks like his last game they lost 24-0 to the Raiders.
Yeah, Jared Stidham. He's been in the league for a while.
Yeah, he's been in the
Played
league.
11
So
games,
yeah,
no
I
starts
mean
though.
you lost 24-0 to the Saints in New Orleans, and Derek Carr played in that game. I can just imagine what this game is. This game is going to get out of hand pretty quickly here. I think Sam Debo is going to be out this game, but they don't need him. Like I said, I like this, and I think I'm going to add this to my straight plays of San Fran minus 12.5. I think they beat the bullshit out of the Raiders. This is going to get ugly. Uh, So I've been playing with these alternate spreads in these games. I want to do that at the end, man. And some of y'all still with us. Go ahead and help us out getting this together. And B Diddy, we'll see if we can and make a nice little parlay of a alternate spread game here because we're dwindling down to the last couple of games here. So I think that'll be fun to do. All right, this is another huge game, man. Like I said, I think a lot of storylines in Week 15. Minnesota Vikings at Green Bay. Green Bay is favorite -3. Total is 48.5, and the shit talking's already started with Alexander coming out saying that first game with Jefferson was a fluke. Like what? What is
Come
this
on,
guy
come on,
talking
son.
about?
Come on, son.
Yeah, right. Like he's breaking Randy Moss's records at for the Vikings. He's looking like he might get to even 2,000 receiving yards, and I got him slated as the offensive player of the year. I got money on that too, so I'm kind of happy on that. He's -800 to win that award right now, so I feel pretty confident that that's going to hit. Um, Going to the Tundra, going to Lambeau. Let me check that weather report. I don't know how cold it's going to be, but it's not like these teams haven't faced before. They know what it's like to go to Green Bay. They know what it's going to be like. Must-win game for Green Bay here. If they win both games, it looks like they're going to get into the playoffs. So some glimmer, some hope. I'm going to lean to the dog here. I like the Vikings in this spot. I don't think Green Bay has enough, to be honest. They just don't have enough talent on that team from an offensive standpoint to win this game. They're going to have to obviously do waves and running the ball in this game. But I kind of like the Vikings here, and I like them teased up on that second leg of that teaser that I was talking about before with San Fran. I would tease San Fran down, and I would tease up the Vikings to +10. I think this is going to be a close game. Vikings got, especially with Hurts being called out of being doubtful. If watch that game. If New Orleans somehow beats the Eagles at the link, the Minnesota Vikings are very live, and I would attack this money line because Minnesota would need to win this game. They want that first week bye, just like anybody else. So I'm teasing up the Vikings to +10.
Yeah, this is a tricky game here. It's a rivalry game. The line is at 3, right where it needs to be. Home field advantage for Green Bay. They're going to be loud there. Going to be a lot at stake, obviously, once this game gets started, like you just said, with New Orleans possible if they beat the Eagles. So for
Yeah.
me, I'm off this game because I think it can go either way. Minnesota just, they don't they've been winning,
You
but
can't count these
I
jokers out,
you
bro. You
can't. But I don't want to
you can't
listen.
count
I
them
don't want to
out.
put my money on these things, and I can't. You know what I mean? Like they
That's
be
why I'm
down.
cool with it.
They
They
be
be down
14.
30 and we still
Nah,
got money to make.
yeah, but I'm good. So I'm not going to stress myself out. So I'm off this
Oh
game. I
man.
think this is a game that can go either way. Um,
Yeah.
I think Green Bay's kind of caught a little bit of a rhythm, a little bit,
Uh-huh.
and they'll be able to move the ball here against this Minnesota's defense. So
I
I'm
hear
off.
that.
I'm off this game. No play here.
So our professional gambler C Sharp has joined us. Came right in for the NFL, and then obviously we'll go ahead and get some college games in for the later slate of the show. Sharp, man, bring you right into the fire, man. What do you think about this Minnesota Green Bay game? I feel like you're gonna side with me. You like the Vikings in this game. I just feel
You know,
it. No, I knew that.
well, I think if I were taking anything straight up, it would be the Packers. I wouldn't love it. I would like it to be under a field goal.
Yeah.
But it's already minus 115 on -3. So, if you were to buy the hook, it almost wouldn't be worth it at this point. You'd almost have to just let it ride and see if it gets there on its own to 2.5. But I do like the Vikings in a teaser for sure. I do think that's going to be a back and forth game. And the Vikings, man, they're just, some metrics. I'm not a huge believer in it as a bettor, but there are some bettors and some groups that factored in. There's something called the luck factor. The luck rankings kind of thing, like power rankings, and kind of like 50-50 balls that go one team's way. Like,
yeah, they're number one.
55-yard kicks, like kicks that shouldn't go in, passes on 3rd and long that shouldn't be completed, get completed. They're number one in the league by far. So, I mean, if there's any team, it'd be one of those things where I would almost take the Vikings in a money line round robin, like a bunch of underdogs, and then I would tease them up if I were going to do anything.
Okay, I like that. I've been messing with the round robins too. I really like the round robins. I've been hitting on those the last 2 weeks. So I definitely see what you're saying there. That makes a lot of sense. All right, next game we got the Los Angeles Rams traveling not far to the Los Angeles Chargers. Chargers are favorite -6.5. Total is 42.5. I don't know if Eckler's going to play. I know he's been hurt. I think the Chargers are they in? Are they still?
No, the Chargers clinched it last week. They're in.
Yeah, so they're in. So I don't know what to think about this game. It wouldn't surprise me if you see some of the Chargers players not even play this game. So they got the berth. Do they have the Chargers have anything to play for? I didn't check that on my like can they win the AFC? Who's else? No, they can't win the AFC.
No, I mean no, they no, not really. Unless Kansas City completely falls apart.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen. It's not enough. So yeah, KC's already got it locked up. So yeah, this is kind of like a meaningless game for the Chargers, in my opinion. So I should stay away bet for me. It looks like a teaser buster. It looks like people are gonna tease this game down to get them to win, and it just looks like a teaser buster written all over it.
Yeah, like if I were going to touch it, I would, I know it's stinky, but if I were going to do anything, I'd actually tease the Rams. Like the Chargers struggle to cover anything over 3 anyway. Like even when they're full go, like they're just in a lot of close games too. Like kind of like the Vikings, they just usually don't win them. This year they have one more than their fair share, so I will give them that. But they're just another team that does not cover 4-point spreads, 5-point spreads, 6-point spreads. Now saying that, the Rams are a different Rams team. This is that time of the year, man. Some of these teams are just could easily get blown out. Like we saw the Titans, like the Cowboys played terrible and the Titans still didn't cover. So it's like that could easily be the case with the Rams where the Chargers play bad, multiple turnovers, and yet somehow they win by 13 kind of thing. So I would totally stay away. I think my favorite thing in this game would be to tease it down. Like I could see this game definitely going over 32-5.
Right. Okay. I see that. I see that. Diddy, you got anything on this thing?
No, I don't. So we can move forward on this. I didn't have too much. I don't believe in the Rams, and obviously, you said Chargers are already made it. Like I agree with you. This could be a teaser buster. Baker has led this team, the Rams, to two victories over the last 3
He
games.
has. Yeah,
So
he has.
it's a tricky little spot there. I would probably lean the Rams here.
Yeah.
Makes
When
sense.
the quarterback has a lot to play for, you got to be wary of that. And I think he'll go out there and ready to play because obviously we know his situation as far as
Yeah.
his career.
What I do find funny is that when both teams practice, like in the off season, the Rams, quote unquote, have the home field locker room, and the Chargers are, quote unquote, the away locker room. I know that doesn't mean much because, like, in the season, it's alternate, and they're the home field when they're the home field. But it will be funny this week that the Rams will be at home in the away locker room, and the Chargers will be at home at the home locker room, which is technically the other team's side when they practice. So it'll be goofy, I think, from that standpoint. So I don't know. That's just a little weird thing in that game.
Agreed. All right, here's a big game. Not so much for Baltimore, but for Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh Steelers at Baltimore. Baltimore is favored -2.5. Total is 35.5. I think it already came out. No Jackson, no Marcus Peters for Baltimore. Baltimore is in. Pittsburgh still looking from the outside, looking in, trying to fight their way in. Give me the dog. Give me the Pittsburgh Steelers in a must-win game here. I don't see much from Huntley. Haven't seen much from Huntley. Haven't seen much from Pittsburgh. But the one thing is I'm backing about this Pittsburgh Steelers. If anything I can back is that Mike Tomlin is going to have his boys ready to play. And Mike Tomlin has a legacy of not having a team under 500 yet. And I think he knows about it is very important to him and making the playoffs with a team that, I'm not sure is really good enough, but they're looking at that 7th seed. I think they can get it. Give me the Steelers in an outright win here. I like the Steelers.
Yes, it seems like a lot of people are on the Steelers. It's the second time they got a primetime game. They pulled it out last week.
This one got flexed though, right? This one got flexed.
This one was flexed.
Time,
yep.
Yeah.
And the Raiders gave it up. Obviously, that was the end of the Derek Carr show, right? Wasn't that the game?
Yeah.
Somehow he couldn't do anything and allowed Pittsburgh to go down and score and win. A lot of people are on Pittsburgh. That's why I'm a little nervous about that. With that line being at 2.5, it's dropping fast. Open up at 4, now it's 2.5. And I'm hearing a lot of money is coming on Pittsburgh. So I'm gonna be off this game. Baltimore's at home, prime time. It's gonna be loud, rivalry game. Defense will be showing up. If anything, it'll be a under for me. I'll be teasing my third leg of that will be under 45 for me.
Okay.
That'll be my
love that. I love that. And one of the teasers. That's like an auto play.
Yep. So we'll go there. And that's the best thing I can do in this game. I think it'll be probably like a 13, similar 13, 17, maybe. Maybe. Can go either way.
Yeah, I'm with you. The reason I like the teaser is because I could see this being one of those old school slugfests, like 17-17 headed to overtime. Someone wins 20-17, which would burn you at 35. That's why I love it in a teaser.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, both teams struggled to score since the quarterback transitions on, and obviously, Steelers been going back and forth. So,
now, go ahead. Sorry.
No, 13 points, 24 points against Carolina, which was pretty big. Then 14, 19 over the last 3 weeks. And we can go 17 points, 13, 16, and 10 over the last 4 weeks for Baltimore. For me, this game is going to be close. It would have been close anyway and tight with everybody starting.
Yeah.
So with these two quarterbacks, give me the under 45. That will go with the San Fran teaser and along with that KC teaser for me.
I like it.
So you're saying you tease like Kansas City to 0.5 and then
yep, correct.
The 10-point teaser.
10-point teaser, correct. So we got
Kansas City I like that play.
2.5 San Fran to win, and then the under in that game.
I like that.
I like it. I like it a lot. All right, let's take it home. Monday night might be the biggest or most hyped Monday night game in history. You have the Buffalo Bills at Cincinnati. The Buffalo is favored -1.5. Total is 49.5. man, I can't believe I'm saying this, but give me the Bengals. Give me the Bengals. I am
Man,
on the
it's
Bengals
taking
hype
you all
train.
year to come around.
Well, I've been on them a little bit. I got a nice little I've been looking at them because when they started to get hot, I was like, man, I don't know who's going to be able to take these boys out in the AFC Championship. I think they really might get back to the bowl, to be honest with you. But the one main reason why I like Cincinnati's game is that Diggs is supposedly still sick. They keep saying, they're going to give him to Monday, but Buffalo without Stephon Diggs is not Buffalo. And they're not going to be able to keep pace with Cincinnati. And they're going to score points, but I think Cincy start like sooner or later their stars and their players are just going to play. Mixon hasn't got his feet underneath him just yet. From what I remember from being, Mixon, they're kind of having a split with what's his name? What's the other running? Piron, yeah. Was it Sanjay? I think it's Sanjay Piron. Samaje Piron.
Yep.
So I think a lot of popular player props in this game with the total being high here as well. I wouldn't even mind if somebody wanted to tease this down. I think both teams obviously get over 40 easy. They get that probably by third quarter. But yeah, give me the home. They're not even really a home dog because they're minus 102. And you're going to pay a little bit for that plus 105 at minus 150. I don't know if they have any plus money at certain other shops. Like I said in the beginning of the show, you got to search around and look at other shops to see if you can get some plus money. But yeah, give me the home dog. Give me Cincinnati Bengals to win outright on Monday Night Football. That's how you shut it down. When nobody else speak, that's how you shut it down.
You got a sharp.
Well, here's my thing in that game. Like, I'm with you. Like, I've got one of my legs of my teasers over 39.5. To me, it's a no-brainer. Like, I've gotten burned taking under. You know how I am. You guys have, anyone that's listened long enough, you two know, I like unders. I tend to tease games up. I take the under. That's just always how I've been.
Yeah.
But I've just been burned by Joe Burrow and I've been burned by Josh Allen. Like, even in these crazy weather games, sideways win, like these two like find a way on third and long to just keep moving the sticks and scoring points. So I love tease down 39-5 over in that game. Like you mentioned, Moss, I love that. I think you could take Cincy in a teaser. I think you could take the Bills in a teaser. Like, I think this is one of those games going to go back and forth. I just think it's going to come down to the wire. Last team with the ball wins.
Oh, did it? You sound like you got that. You got a little Buffalo, little Bills?
No. I don't have a side
okay.
here. I wouldn't. For me, and I like the total. What you're saying there, Sharp. I just don't. I wouldn't put any team here in a teaser.
Yeah, see, the Bills have burned me too. Like, I've taken some teams like on some big spreads and then teased it up even bigger. And the Bills are one of those teams. It's either like a one possession game where it comes down to a field goal walk off, or they blow teams out. So, like I was saying, like my favorite bet would definitely be to have this total down in a teaser. Like, when I give my teaser out before we send off, that'll be one of the legs.
Yeah, for sure. Because I think either way, either one of these teams can explode, and this can be a 2-score victory for one of these teams either way. And I think just a teaser won't be enough to get them over that leg. Now, this is a Monday Night Football game. We don't know how you guys are doing on Sunday, so you might want to gamble at the beginning of the week, and you can do something like that. But for me, I'm off this game. I would lean the home dog, like I said about Seattle. And obviously what you were just saying, Nate, about Diggs. If Diggs is not going to be healthy for Monday night, this will be a big loss for them and them consistently being able to move the ball. And we've seen Buffalo stall. So I would lean Cincinnati here with the plus side, but I don't have a official player.
All right. The one thing I will say real quick about what you said, just touching on you, Diddy, real quick. Just if you were talking about people who bet and wrap around Monday into next week, sometimes like wait till you get all the information standalone. There is no Thursday night game next week. Week 18's all Sunday. Everyone plays at the same time. So there's no remember, that's when everyone plays. So they try to make it to where no one can see what the other teams are doing and then kind of anticipate. So everyone plays Sunday. So there won't be that chance to kind of pair Monday night with Thursday night next week, unfortunately. Just something to keep in mind for people that like to do that.
Good info. I like it. All right. we're going to finish off with my alternate spread parlay of the day, where I go through not every game, but now this is a gamble. So this is going to be a calculated gamble. I'm going to take some chances on certain games, and other games, I'm just going to, what makes sense. So,
hey, real quick, is anyone seeing the current like the live line movement on the Chiefs? The Chiefs are now minus 12.5.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody just put down a lot of money.
I think we had it at 12.5.
Yeah,
man, mine was down to 11.5 when I refreshed it right before I came on, and now it just went up a whole point.
Well, it opened at 13.5. So open at 13.
and then got bet down. And now it's starting to come steam back up.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so this is what I'm going to do for this one. I'm going to do an alternate total here on this Carolina Tampa game real quick here.
Yeah, man,
hopefully it's got to be a website here that's dragging my computer down. Let me clear some of this Jones up. What you think? 44.5 under is where I'm thinking.
What is it?
On the old spread of what?
Points on the Carolina and Tampa game.
You said under 44.5?
Yeah, under 44.5.
No, I won't put a total there. I won't mess with that total there.
Not for this. Mess with that total.
No.
Not for this.
What's your juice at that?
He's putting an alternate line spread parlay.
If FanDuel comes back to me. All right.
Okay.
All right. So
I see what you're doing. Like, I like getting it across that key number, protecting like 24-21.
Yeah.
Or wait, you're getting, or like exactly the only thing that would kill you is 24-21. So I think anything under that, like, I see what you're doing. Like,
yeah, that's what I'm thinking. And it's not that high on the juice. I'm going to do it anyway, even though B Diddy don't like it.
Because this is a game that's going to be tight, and I think what's going to this is my opinion. I think what's going to happen is going to be tight all in the first half. Right, Going to be low scoring, and then what's going to happen? Somebody's going to score a touchdown, and there's going to be a late touchdown that need to match that touchdown, and then you're going to start getting closer to that over and over. So I think that's how it's going to end up being. So you might have a 20-17 game, still get under, but it could be 20-24 somehow. And it might have been 10-3 all first half going into the third quarter. It could be something like, you know what I mean? It's just tricky games get a little funky.
Yeah, I mean, 21-21, like the overtime, like, man, my bad. To say I like that, my bad beat was so bad with Arkansas and Kansas. Like, the fact that came up to overtime.
Crazy.
That shit went over 100
I had it in a super teaser too, so I could have been okay even if it went to one overtime. But like the fact that was probably my worst beat of the year. So every time I look at a spread now, I got overtime PTSD.
Yeah, it gets there.
I don't know, Sharp. You didn't said that a couple times. In baddest beat of the year.
Well, I
got to check the tape on that line.
No, that was truly bad because there were so many things that had to happen in a row. Like that was tough.
All right, so you said the line went up against KC. Let's bring this down. Let's get them to win by a touchdown.
Yeah, they're another team. I know Denver's laying down, but man, KC historically does not do good at covering big numbers.
They don't. I wouldn't mess with this, Nate.
What? KC and Denver? Line. You think it's going to be closer than a touchdown?
Did you think it was going to be closer than a touchdown last time they played?
Because the coaching changed too.
But part of it was also Kansas City usually does struggle more at Denver. They do tend to do better at home versus Denver. So this is at home. So it will be a different animal.
They just don't play enough to finish these big spreads. That's what
No, they don't. But he's also taken it to win by a touchdown. So I do like the whole spread win by a touchdown.
Yeah, it's a win by a touchdown. Yeah, it's a win by a touchdown. I think they blow them out, actually.
Like 12.5, I would take almost lean Denver.
I think Russ had his best game against KC for the year. I don't think he follows up and does that again. Let me work here, Diddy. Just watch me work here.
Okay, you work.
Let me work here.
Let me work here, brother. Work it.
Let me see here. All right, so, but I want the criticism though. I do want the criticism.
I think there's other cards that are closer matchups and worry about these big ones. That's what I'm saying.
Right. Now I hear what you're saying. I
hear what you're saying.
I hear what you're saying. I'm gonna add this one. Should I mess with your Detroit Lions? No.
Nope.
Don't do it.
You got the Patriots you like. I mean,
like
those are games you can throw in there. You feel like you get some plus money.
I got the Patriots in there. When I'm done, I'm gonna let you boys critique it.
Okay.
Tell me what you think. Because we get into where we need to be. Like I said, this is a gamble. I'm shooting right here from half court to get this one. So I'm gonna just do. It's already at 12, so let me protect myself a little bit here. And then we'll go +7. I think that might be, I got 6 on here. Do I want to go? I don't want to go into money. I like this. All right, so here's the play. The play is right now, and these are all alternate six leg parlay, 18-1, almost close to 21. We're going under 44.5. That's -200. The Saints in I said the Saints in New Orleans. Saints and Eagles game over 43.5. +112, which I think is actually not a bad bet. It's actually pretty decent. That wouldn't be a bad straight bet. KC to win by a touchdown, -225. The Dolphins. Oh no, I didn't want the Dolphins. My bad. I wanted it the other way around. I wanted the Patriots to be +7.5. That's what I wanted. Just in case. There we go. I still like it. All right. And then the Niners, we talked about the Niners. I like this play straight. I'm actually going to look at this at -12.5 at +122. The Vikings +7.5 at -250. And then the Patriots +7.5, -430. That's a 6-leg parlay, 16-1. What you think about it, fellas? I think it looks pretty goddamn good. I think one of you might even bet this thing outside of me.
I think it has a good chance.
What's the sweat? The Carolina game? It's probably the sweat. Because I'm pretty sure the Eagles are going to put up anywhere from 20 to 24 points. And I think the Saints score too.
Yeah.
What's the sweat here? I'm not really sweating the 7.5. I'm not sweating the 7.5 here either because I think the Patriots are going to win the game. I think the Vikings could actually win this game. I like this. I think it's.
I would almost say the Vikings would be my sweat. Like their games are just any bet involving the Vikings can just be.
I think that Carolina Tampa game is the sweat.
It probably is because maybe Tampa puts it together and you are. I mean, it is.
Carolina just ran for like 500 yards, so that's.
I like Carolina in this matchup, though. I really do.
Yeah, I do too. That's the first game we led off with was that I lean Carolina in this game.
But I don't know why that line's 4. Like that line to me should be like 2.
Should be.
Like, wouldn't you worry?
I just can't bet against Tom, man.
You got the
that's the thing. It's just going to be like, I guess they're just thinking like, if you're looking at the spread the way it is, I think it's literally saying Carolina's going to be up 3 late and Tampa's going to score a touchdown late to win by 4.
And that's just what Tom does, though.
I know.
That's what the hell he does.
But you ain't want to listen to me when you started doing it earlier.
So
But
what
then we
about?
all was in agreement of the Steelers and the Baltimore game, right?
Oh yeah, that's to me. I love that, like teased up and under kind of thing, or
Yeah.
whatever
You
under.
can go Pittsburgh plus 7.5. You can go Pittsburgh under 41. You know what I mean? If you want to do some alternate, if you think it'll be low, I think we both were on the under. And
Yeah,
like,
my only thing in the Pittsburgh Baltimore game is, historically speaking, there's usually in this matchup in December, there's usually special teams and defensive turnover touchdowns. So like that could be the one thing that like flips a spread, like backdoor type stuff, like a team down 3, pushing, all of a sudden game night turnover, win by 10. So like that would be the only thing that would keep me from an alt spread in that game. But I think even with touchdowns like that, this game's going under.
So we're gambling here, right? We're gambling.
Absolutely.
Right? This is a gamble. So Pittsburgh plus 1.5 is actually plus 100, which ain't bad.
No, I like it.
Which flips it up to. So I mean, I do think Pittsburgh wins this game, but let's see what this total is, real quick before we get out of here.
South Carolina, because they busting Notre Dame's ass.
Yeah, we about to get into the college shit too soon here too. So over under. So you guys, if we're gambling here, do we 17-17 type game? Like, are we going under 32? Is this too low?
No, well, that's my thing. Like overtime is what worries me, taking the spread at 35. I mean, I do think there's a good chance it goes under, like 17-16. But I would worry about that 17-17 overtime winner kind of thing. So
all right, I'm gonna go.
I love it teased up.
Yeah, but we're betting for a home run.
I know you're doing a parlay. Can you do an alt spread?
Yeah, you can do an alt spread.
Yeah, you can put it at like.
Go ahead.
I mean, what I would do, like 39 is better to me, because that protects you from a 17-17 overtime, 20-17 walk-off winner,
So if I'm going to do an alt spread, I'm going to bet the Steelers to win.
Okay.
So if I do an alt spread, I'm going to do.
Well, that'll be a sweat leg too.
Yeah, it'll be a sweat. But I don't, like you said, these games are so tight in this 50-50, I feel like that total might protect me a little bit, but I do like the Steelers to win in a must-win game. I'll keep this as it is for now. But that's still not bad. 25-1, 25-1, you're what? $600?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And everything looks somewhat attainable. I like it.
I'm just with Diddy in that game. Unless you're taking the under and moving it slightly up or teasing it up, I'd stay away from that game. No, that's how I feel.
I like it. All right. Those are the plays of the day for week 17. Up next is the college pod.
I was going to say, you want me to give my teaser? I do got my NFL teaser if you want me to give it out.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead. Yeah.
So, I almost talked myself into this onto the show, adding a fourth leg and just putting on a 13, turning into a 14, 13 points. So what I'm doing is obviously super teaser here, 4 legs, 13 points. You're going to take the over under in Pittsburgh, Baltimore from 35 up to 48. You're going to take the under. You're going to take the over in Buffalo, Cincy from 49.5 down to 36.5, taking the over. And you'll take the Niners from -9 to +2. And then you'll take Kansas City from -12.5 to +0.5.
Yeah.
So basically you just kind of need the Niners and Chiefs to win there. And then obviously the other two, 1 under, 1 over. So I love that in the super teaser. I just think Kansas City, they got to see what I like about Kansas City to win. I don't know if they'll cover, but I love it to just win. They play before the Bills, so they can win, which then puts the pressure on the Bills. If the Bills stumble later in the evening against Monday night against Cincy, then all of a sudden the Chiefs have home field advantage. Yes, so they could put the pressure on. So I don't think the Chiefs, they might be a tight game, but there's no way they're losing.
Yeah, I dig it. I can dig it. All right, fellas. That is week 17 in the books. I hope all you guys go ahead and take the bets. And if you're still with us, if you're still watching, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. I know it's been a long show. You finally got here. We tried to condense it as much as we could, but went a little long-winded and had some extra plays. But we want to give you the plays as best we can, giving you as much information that you need to make your choice on how you bet. Or like I say and starting to say a lot, you can come bet with us, bet with your boys. This is Moss Money. That's B Diddy. That is C Sharp. This is the MoneyPot Podcast. We are out. Make sure you check in for tomorrow for the college pod where we'll be talking about the semifinal playoffs. We are out. I'll see you guys later.